Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another how to install video on the channel today. This one concerns the Ancient Conquest mod, which is a mod for Medieval 2 Total War, and it's basically set in the classical antiquity, which is 395 BC, essentially ancient Greece. So you will find factions like the Greeks, the Persians, the Phoenicians, Egyptians, and even the Etruscans as well. It's full overhaul of the campaign map. However, I can't stress this enough because I know I'll get some comments about it down below. There are absolutely no battles for this mod. There's no custom battles, no historical battles, no multiplayer battles, no battles on the campaign map whatsoever. It's purely a campaign overhaul, and the battles just are auto-resolved. If you try and fight a battle, it just crashes, so you just have to auto-resolve them. However, one nice option that has been added, or at least has been made available for the Ancient Conquest mod, is that it's available for hot seats. So you can use this mod for hot seats. And I've noticed ever since I started my Hungary campaign that there's been a lot of other YouTubers and other people that have been making hot seat campaigns as well. So it's definitely something that's becoming more popular. And at least for my rules, but a lot of other people's rules as well, in most hot seat campaigns, the battles are auto-resolved. So this is perfect. This is probably a great contender for a hot seat campaign if you guys are interested. But yes, there's just absolutely no battles whatsoever. But as far as the time frame for this, it's before Rome came into existence, I believe. It's mostly about the ancient Greeks, and there's a historical setting section here on the Total War Center for you guys to read, should you want to. Looks like there is some Roman presence, but it's not when they became a powerhouse. It was probably much before that time, given the fact that the Etruscans are still alive as well. But this mod, I actually didn't hear about it until someone in my Discord approached me with help on installing this mod. And I think it's just less known because it's only found on the Total War Center. I didn't see it on the Steam Workshop, and I also didn't find it on ModDB. So I will leave the link in the description down below on how to get to this page. So go ahead to the description and click on the link, and it should bring you to this page directly. And let's get started with the installation process. Now, this is actually a pretty simple one to install, and it's actually not that big either, so it's pretty quick. But once you get to this page, you just have to scroll down and you'll see some download links here. Now, the deposit files download link did not work for me. However, it looks like someone named Vitman has actually uploaded a link to his Google Drive, and this link does work. So it's saying right here, setup size is 250 megabits. And the size of the mod is around 950. So go ahead and open this in a new tab. And once it loads here, it will show you the AC setup folder. So there we go, 235 megabits. Now you will need extraction software for this. So WinRAR is a really good option. It's free, and you never have to pay for it, even though it begs you to pay for it every time. But you need something like that. So WinRAR, WinZip, or 7-Zip are three really good ones that I recommend. But if you don't have any of that extraction software, you can't just drag this over into your Medieval 2 mods folder. It will not work. You must extract it first, and then you can go ahead with the setup. So you just have to click this download button here, and it will actually give you a nice tracking bar on how fast it is downloading. It only takes about 2 to 3 minutes for me. However, I already have this downloaded, so go ahead and pause the video here, and once it's completely finished, then we can continue on with the steps. But I've already got it downloaded, so I'm going to stop that, and we can go ahead and close the Ancient Conquest as well. And here it is, the AC setup, and it is in a zipped folder, so you should have the 3 books here. If you do have WinRAR installed, you can see the type is a WinRAR archive. Say that 5 times fast. But if you guys remember, it said that the initial setup should have been 234 megabits or megabytes, so that's it exactly. All you have to do is double click on it, and it will open it up. It will ask you to pay, and you say not now, which means not ever. And then I'm just going to go ahead and extract this to my desktop real quick. So it should drop right there, which is perfect. And basically what this is, it's the installation of EX executable. This is not the actual mod. So once you hit the executable, it will download the mod for you. But don't just extract this to your mods folder. It will not work. You have to click on this first and then go through the installation process. And I think that's what a couple of people were having issues with, was they thought that they could just extract this and then hit the exe and it's good to go, but that's not the case. So now that we have this set up, we can go ahead and double click on it. And this will take, there we go. It sometimes takes a bit of time for it to pop up asking to open. And then you should get this welcome to the Ancient Conquest 1.0 setup wizard. And we basically just have to follow the steps. Click I agree. Now, for those of you guys that are non-Steam users, so you have the CD version, I should have mentioned that you probably don't need the Kingdoms DLC for this because it didn't say you had to, but it might be a good idea that if it's not working for you, maybe getting the Kingdoms DLC, or for you guys that are non-Steam users or CD users to get the Medieval 2 Gold Edition because it contains the DLC. That might be the reason why it's not working. But as far as I can tell you, I don't think you need it. But that I'm not 100% sure. But for you CD users, this is perfect. It's already set up for you. You can see it's going to Program Files 86, Sega, Medieval 2 Total War, Mods, and then Ancient Conquest. This is for non-Steam users. So for Steam users, you're going to have to change this pathway. So go ahead to Browse and go to PC. And most of you guys will probably have it on your local C disk. So the pathway would be local C, Program Files 86, Steam, down to Steam Apps, Common, and then you'd see Medieval 2 here. You double click on Medieval 2 and then double click on the mods folder. But mine's just not here, but that's the pathway for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead to my pathway. It's pretty much the same thing. Steam Games, where are we? Steam Apps, Common, down to Medieval 2 Total War, and then just click on the mods folder there and hit OK. And then just double check this pathway, make sure that it matches, and make sure that it doesn't go mods. If you double click into the mods folder, sometimes it adds like another mods folder. It's bizarre, but this seems correct, which is good. And go ahead and hit next and install. And this doesn't take too long, so I can just let it run for you guys. It's kind of funny because I used to never make any cuts in my how to install videos, but then I was getting comments saying that it was too long and unnecessary, and that they should be shorter. So then on my most recent how to installs, I started the install process and then would cut out the loading bar and then bring it back to you guys before the loading bar ended. But then there were some comments saying that they were getting stuck at certain parts in the loading bar, and they really wished that it was left in the how to install so that they could physically see mine going past. So I can't really please everybody in these how to install mod videos. I do try my best, but since this one doesn't take too long, I'll just let it run for you guys. But as I said, there really isn't too much in the way that it needs to install. As I said, it's basically just aesthetics for the campaign map. So there isn't any new units or a unit overhaul that needs to be completed. So it's generally a pretty small mod. I think it was less than 1 gigabyte altogether when it's unpacked. But just about finished now. And then once this does finish, you can just get rid of the AC setup exe and how to install. I don't think it's required inside your folder. And I'm just going to uncheck both of these because I just want to navigate to my Medieval 2 mods folder to show you that it's there. And I'll also let you take a look inside my folder and then match it to your own, because I want to make sure that you guys aren't missing any key files. Mods, where are you? Ancient Conquest. There you go. So this is how it should look for you guys. Make sure you're not missing anything there. And then this is the executable to launch it. And if you really want to make a desktop shortcut, all you have to do is click Create Shortcut, and then move this to the desktop. And then if you right-click on it and go to Properties, there should be a section to change icon in the center here. And then if you browse and go back to the Medieval 2 folder. Again, this is really not necessary. You can launch it through the executable if you wish. And then just head back to where that was. Medieval 2 M mods, Ancient Conquest. And then you can see the icon here. Go ahead and click open. Click OK. And OK. And then there you go. You've got a desktop shortcut. And obviously, just make sure you get rid of the copied executable in the Medieval 2 folder so it looks like that. So that is everything for the install portion of it. So I'm going to switch over to the gaming recording side of things, and we'll load into a campaign and do a couple turns just so you guys see that it doesn't crash. And then we will end the episode. Alright guys, welcome to the Ancient Conquest mod, and this is an awesome screen here. Well done to the modder. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the Grand Campaign, and you can see that there's quite a number of factions here. We've got Sparta, Athens, Syracuse, Macedonia, Rome. Rome just in their budding state, just like it says, infant city-state, but an infant that already appears to boast a considerable grip on the lands around its capital. So yeah, not a superpower, but definitely one that could become one. We've also got Illyria, Thrace, Carthage, Sarmatia, the Berbers, Satrapy of Lydia, Egypt, Etruria, Gaul, Satrapy of Cilicia, and the Satrapy of Syria. But we're just going to jump into Sparta real quick, and we'll do a couple of turns on the campaign, and then we will end it. So let's go ahead and jump in. Nice quick loading screens. Again, just because there's probably no units to load. But yeah, so you can see that they've changed the cities. Now, I don't know if these are ported from Rome 1, because I never really played that too much. But you can see we've got a considerable army here as Sparta. So let's see if we can get a quick battle against Athenia. So let's just grab a ram, and we can move these two over here. It doesn't look like they're going to rebel anyways. And do a quick end turn. Oh, we've got a candidate for adoption. We'll say yes. And they want me to take this rebel settlement, but I'm already fighting Athens. Let's go ahead and assault. Clear victory. Well done. Absolutely trounce them. And we can come out again and attack Athens here. Very good. And actually, we could maybe reach that settlement there. We'll grab that in the next turn, just to prove to you guys that it's working. I just like to do a couple of turns, again for my sanity as well, to make sure that I have actually showed you guys how to do it correctly. Very good. Let's get a couple more units over this way. Who is this? Ah, I can't even do that anyway. But again, we've done 3 turns. It's probably fine. Go ahead and hire some mercenaries here. Why not? Let's go ahead and crush Athens once again. Athens is going to beg for peace, looks like. No. And sure. Again, I'm just zipping through here. Crushed. Surprised that Athens didn't reinforce there in this battle. Oh, and we lost. Ah, that's too bad. But anyways, you guys get the point. It seems to be working. So, yeah, like, it's too bad I didn't find out about this mod and sooner, because I definitely am interested in doing a hot seat campaign in this. Unfortunately, I won't be doing it right now. I had already said that I didn't want to join more than 1 hot seat, and I'm already in 2. But maybe in the future, I could maybe host a hot seat in this if anybody is interested. But if you guys want to give it a try yourself in single player or start your own hot seat, you are more than welcome to. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I really hope this was informative. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.